We are here live from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. It's a feel-good Friday on the drive. It's Paul Ratliff and Tara Atkin guiding you through the show today as Double D out playing golf with a luminary, I'll just say. He had to make time today to get out to the course, and we're going to fill in his absence. And today's show is brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Obviously, the Masters going on right now, but get out and play some fantastic golf right here locally for a great price. Call for tee times 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700, or book online at coralcanyongolf.com. All right, and we had a big night of sports last night, Tara. It was kind of a fun night to digest as we had both of our local hockey teams in action last night, and
all three.
A team very, I was going to say a team very close to your heart.
Kraken isn't, local, but
still definitely in our periphery as a team we watch pretty consistently, being that you're a family relation to the team. And we love to see the Kraken win. We love to see the Knights win, but we could only have one last night as they were playing each other. And it was a very good night for Mark Stone as he chipped in 2 goals last night, and we got the call on one of them as he was able to find the back of the net twice for the Knights, and you thought it'd be enough, but we'll get to that in a little bit later. But right here is Stone's second goal to make the score 2-0 early in the second period.
Stone for Marner. This one off the toe of his stick. Zips it down low, tipped over the net by Hurdle. Now Stone to work it around, and Eichel cuts in, feeds it in front, and score!
Right place, right time for Stone. Really good spot there, getting right in the back door behind the goalie and just tipping it in. Beautiful play. And his second goal of the night, like I said, and it was not enough, though, as this game would make it to the shootout. And, man, the Kraken decide that it is time to – I don't know if their skid had continued as far as this long. Had they won one recently, or are they on a long losing streak still?
They've been losing.
Okay, so they had been struggling. I'll just say I don't know how long the streak was. I know Devin had said it was up to 6 as of a couple days ago.
It was pretty bad.
It was a bad streak, so they were looking to get a win at Climate Pledge Arena, and they did it for the home crowd here as we have the game-winning shootout goal as the Kraken found the back of the net in the third round of the shootout, I believe, to ultimately lift them to the victory. And it was a heroic game. It was one for the books for the Kraken, probably one of their best wins all season as the Knights, a playoff team. They're now 2-0 in their last 2 against the Knights. We were at the last one, actually, March 31st at T-Mobile Arena. It was Double D's birthday, coincidentally.
It was.
And he did not get to see a W then, and he did not get to see a W last night, as here is the shootout winner from the Kraken.
He's in the 2-hole. Beniers assesses. Scores a beautiful goal.
Oh, that Deke.
Yeah, that was
got
nasty.
him good.
Yeah, it's crazy's move there from Beniers as Aiden Hill looked silly there. He was on his side, and not a good positioning for Aiden Hill, Stanley Cup champion. Didn't look like one there. Ooh, that was bad news.
He got juked big time.
He did. And the Kraken do win in the shootout 4-3 in summary of the game, as, yes, it was a fun game to watch, as this was one of the compelling games last night. We also had another local team in action, and it is a big day for the Utah Mammoth. And we're going to let the video do the talking here as something the first time ever since they've moved to Utah, and it's been a long time since the Phoenix Coyotes Mammoth franchise has been to this level. But last night, with the 4-1 win over the Nashville Predators, something special was done.
Every game's huge. I mean, we're trying to get in the playoffs. That's what we want to do, and we're going to do everything we can to do it.
We want to be top team in our division, in our conference, and we believe we can make the playoff.
This year is the year for us to, really actually make the playoffs. That's what we all expect, and enough, talking about it in the offseason and actually doing it.
We're serious about our business, and we're in a hell of a race.
We want to secure our playoff position as soon as we can.
It's easy to say you want something. Now you need to do what you have to do to get it.
The city wants us in the playoffs. We're all hungry to make sure we get there.
I wouldn't want to play Utah in the playoffs.
They're a scary team, I think, this time of year where I really wouldn't want to play them.
Connecting with a bunch of rights.
Playoffs is the expectation, and the Mammoth are in a playoff spot.
And they continue to chase down a playoff spot all the way back to win it.
You know, this team never quits. We're going to fight till the end, and that's what we did tonight.
There it is. Clinched for the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs are the Utah Mammoth.
Yes.
And we can't say we're more excited.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot say we're more excited than we are. I mean, this is an incredible day for the franchise, for the team, for the organization, for the fans, everyone on down, all the way down, because we heard the talks of this in the summer, all the interviews with people we follow and we know, with the Mammoth media, Cole Bagley put out videos. I remember still to this day watching them of Clayton Keller in St. George.
Yeah.
He was in St. George, did an interview with Cole there and said that the playoffs is the expectation.
Right.
It's playoffs or bust.
Yep.
Yes. And they lived up to that mantra and they absolutely powered through this season. There were some tough, adverse situations with Logan Cooley, one of your best players, going out for a long period of time.
Right.
And that was a blow. And I thought it would be tough for them to kind of stabilize during that time, but they did really well wading through that.
Paterka and, made some key changes too that really bolstered this team.
Yeah.
To help them get to this point, which is amazing. Like I said, never in Utah have we had an NHL playoff, Stanley playoff. So it'll be exciting for all the fans. I know that stadium's going to be packed. It's going to be loud. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be something to remember. And if you haven't been to a hockey game this season and you're a Mammoth fan.
And now you get to go to a playoff game.
That's right.
Man, you are lucky.
I saw the tweet today from our friend Chase Beardsley that the Mammoth presale will begin at 9:30 this morning for playoff tickets as they have clinched their spot. So they know they will have games 3 and 4 at the Delta Center. Yep. And those tickets will go on sale 9:30 to Mammoth Plus subscribers.
Yeah.
And then 10 o'clock to the general public. So if you are looking to get in the building for a playoff game, today's the day to buy them. Because I'll tell you, they'll be sold out.
Yep.
Sold out immediately.
Yeah.
So that will be really awesome to see. And I cannot wait. Like, realistically, games 3 and 4, we are 100% going to be there for at least one of them, maybe both. I'm hoping both.
We hope, anyway.
Yeah, we hope. Absolutely. Fingers crossed. But
I wouldn't say 100%. We don't have
100%, but in my mind, we're
that counts.
That counts.
Okay.
We're close to 100% in my mind, but we haven't been denied this season, so I'm just hoping that everything goes through, and we will be making our way to games 3 and 4 as they will be in Salt Lake City this year as the Mammoth clinch the playoffs. If you're just joining us, their win last night 4-1 over the Predators. We have a goal call from last night as well as the Mammoth powered past the Predators, and it was a fun game to watch. I watched a good amount of this one as you saw the Mammoth kind of break through early, get that goal from Yamamoto, I'm sorry, really early in the game. And then they continue to build upon that lead to continue to just kind of smother the Predators. They really never had a chance. I think they scored a goal really late in the third period to make it 4-1. But we have this one where
this is a sick goal by Cooley.
Oh, this is Cooley? Okay. All right. Let's see.
This is the one where he passes off the boards to himself.
Okay. Wow. Here we go. Let's take a look at this one for our viewers on YouTube.
From Keller, watch him pass to himself. Will you see how good he is passing to others this time? Off the boards for himself to skate into it, and then again.
Whoa.
Eyes on the goaltender.
Yeah, that is sweet stuff.
That was filthy.
As Gunther scores his 39th of the season, 1 goal away from a 40-goal season for Mr. Dylan Gunther, and that was a beautiful setup from Clayton Keller as well.
Yeah.
And the skill, I mean, we've talked about the skill of these guys throughout the offseason into the season. This is probably one of the fastest, most skilled forward groups in the NHL, and super young at the same time. So it's been really fun watching them all season long. We've probably been to, what,
six or seven games.
Okay.
Plus the training camp.
That's right. development camp and
the
Park
development
City.
camp, and then
So we've really been following them since the summer.
Yeah.
Been hearing all the talk of playoffs or bust. The playoffs are the expectation, and sometimes you can hear that stuff, and it's kind of just lip service. You know, they're saying that to the fans, they're saying that to the people. But I just kind of believed it this time, is that this team really set their sights on the playoffs, and they weren't going to be denied. They survived through the Cooley injury, like we talked about. Vejmelka's still, he's recently paid, but not a top goaltender in the NHL in my mind. But he's played really above his head this season, played really great. I think that just the team is built. Adding Mackenzie Weegar, a veteran defenseman, to the D-core to help them in that area. I think this team is set up to not only win or to make the playoffs, but I think they could win around in these playoffs.
Deep,
So they're a talented team, and like you heard on the production, the clinch video, which I'll call it, because that production value was great. The music, the videos, the sound clips, premium hype video from the Mammoth PR department. And I would like to say, as far as their chances, it's probably going to be either the Ducks or the Oilers, most likely. Those are the two teams we're staring down the barrel at most likely.
Ducks have dropped down to the 3rd spot. So Knights are in 2nd place right now.
So it would be the Knights.
It could. There's still
as of
a couple
now.
more games, but if it went today, it would most likely be Edmonton. Because they'll play the number 1 seed.
That's right. The one wild card plays the one in the Pacific. So it would be the Oilers as of now, right?
As of right now.
Okay. So, and that could still subject to change, right?
Yeah, because they're only 1 point ahead of the Knights and the Ducks. So Edmonton's at 90 points, the Knights are at 89, and the Ducks are at 89.
Ooh, okay. So very tight
So
race.
it is very close. Like I said, with a couple games left still, we don't know.
Yeah.
That could change.
It could be a coin flip.
The one thing that won't change is the Mammoth. They have securely clinched that playoff spot. So.
Absolutely. So hats off to the Mammoth. Little round of applause, because it's been a long time coming for the Phoenix Coyotes, for the Utah Mammoth. It's been a long run since this team was nationally relevant, and they're going to be playing in the big show in the Stanley Cup playoffs of 2026. All right, so that'll be the wrap of our first segment, just kind of going over the hockey scores locally from last night. We're going to get into a lot of stuff on the show today. We've got our top 3 NFL draft prospects. I've been wanting to get into this for about a week or so. We just haven't had the time. The draft is looming. For anyone who doesn't know, the draft is zeroing in on draft day. So we need to talk a little NFL draft coming down to the wire here. Some of our favorite prospects, some of the top guys, some of maybe the overlooked guys, but we'll have 3 of our diamonds in the rough, our best prospects in the NFL draft, as well as we're going to get into a little Utah Tech update, get into spring ball, as Rod Zundle's been covering the Trailblazers, producing some videos and some sound clips from spring ball, as Utah Tech football getting ready to ramp back up, as well as we will update you on Utah Tech baseball, as they have a big series coming up against Azusa Pacific. So we will update those as well as the high school stuff. Region 9 game day. There's 3 games tonight. We'll talk about those, as well as Bob Casper will join us at 7:30 this morning from Augusta National. We will dial in with him and get your latest from the Masters. As the leaderboard, we'll get a leaderboard update as well from him. We'll do a lot of stuff with Bob Casper relating to the Masters. So that is a little bit glimpse into the show, and we're going to take a quick break and be back right after this on The Drive. Back live here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's another edition of The Drive on a Feel Good Friday. We're vibing along here. Tara Atkin, Paul Ratliff with you. Just talked about the Utah Mammoth clinching the playoffs for 2026. If you're just joining us, that's a big, monumentous achievement. And a monumentous night on the diamond last night for the Cedar Reds. How about these boys as they are finding their stride this season? They are really playing well, winning 6-0 over the Hurricane Tigers last night, and they continue their undefeated role in region as they have started off the season really, really hot, and they have not looked back, as this has been a great year to be a Reds fan or a fan of the Reds, of course, as Gavin Mackert went 2 for 4 and drove in 2 runs, and Duncan excelled on the mound with 5 strikeouts and a complete game shutout. Hurricane only had 3 hits throughout the entire game. Tyroli had a double as well. So there was quite a few offensive contributors. Ludlow, Colton Johnson, Colin Corey all contributed to RBIs in the win for the Cedar Reds. So what a game and what a run it's been as the Reds 9-8 overall, but undefeated in region. How about the start for those fellas out there? Hats off to the Cedar Reds, as well as what we've got tonight in Region 9, a big night of baseball. As Tara, you'll be out there on the coverage tonight. I'm not going to be on the coverage tonight. I'll have the night off, but you, Devin, and Caden will be out at Pineview, right? Yes.
Cedar at Pineview.
Cedar at Pineview. So the red hot Cedar Reds travel to Pineview to take on the Panthers, as well as the Hurricane Tigers traveling to Crimson Cliffs at the Fieldhouse to take on the Mustangs, and the D Hills Thunder, fresh off that tough 5-4 loss to the Snow Canyon Warriors at home on Wednesday night. They will travel to Dixie to take on the Flyers, who are struggling a little bit as well in region. Hoping that Chunner Nyberg gets those boys going as well. So we got 3 games set in Region 9 tonight, and wanted to update the region standings as so many teams. Devin always says it's moving day and moving week, and we're starting to get towards the middle of the region. So now things are starting to firm up. So as far as the tops of Region 9, it is currently the Cedar Reds at 4-0. 9-8 overall, I know, but in region standings, 4-0, a perfect 1,000 winning percentage. And now you go down the list, it's the Snow Canyon Warriors at 5-1, fresh off their win over Desert Hills on Wednesday night. In a really thrilling game where Beck pitched an amazing game. Zach Beck allowed a 3-run home run, but that was the only blemish he had the entire night. They get the extra innings win to move to 5-1. Third place, and this is where it gets a little more dicey as far as the standings go. At third in the standings, tied for third, I should say, is the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs at 8-9 overall, 2-2 in region. So they are trying to move up as well, as they've got a big game tonight against the Hurricane Tigers. So they need to take care of business there and get the W, as Hurricane 1-5 in region, bringing in 7th place, and then Dixie at 6 at 2-4. Desert Hills at 14-5 overall, but 2-4 in region, holding down the 5th spot, and then tied for third with Crimson Cliffs is the Pineview Panthers at 2-2 as well, 7-9 overall. So that's kind of your region lineup right now. The Cedar Reds, Tara, they've got to be the biggest surprise this season, the way they've played early in this region play.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, in the preseason poll, weren't they ranked last?
They were, indeed.
So they've got a chip on their shoulder, and they're proving everybody wrong right now.
They are absolutely
They're making all those voters look retarded.
That's right. They're making the voters look dumb every single game they win. So good for the Reds, proving everyone wrong, including the media, the coaches, everyone that voted in our combined coaches media poll, as it has been quite the season, and unexpected season for Cedar. And I'm really, really happy to see them kind of moving up the ranks as far as baseball goes, because it was a tough season for the basketball team. And we had some other news on that regard as well with the Cedar Reds basketball program. We had an update last night in our Region 9 chat as we're getting away from baseball and into basketball.
Yes. Head coach Tyler Monks was fired. And they did announce yesterday that they have hired Cameron Cussworth to be their new head coach.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's some news on the basketball front, as last season for Cedar didn't go really as expected on the hardwood. A really tough year. They did go to the playoffs, and we did the game where they played Snow Canyon.
Yeah.
And they played really hard in that playoff game, almost won, almost snuck out a win as one of the lowest seeds in the state tournament, but did fall. And Coach Monk's, his contract expired, I guess, is what I was reading.
And they just didn't renew.
They didn't renew.
Yeah.
So they decided to move on with Coach Cussworth, which seems to be the new era of Cedar Reds basketball. So
I don't know much about him, but he looks like a younger guy, like a young family, 2 little kids. And
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So he's going to be the new head
see.
man for Cedar basketball.
Yep.
That's awesome. So sad for Coach Monks. Really loved our interactions and media days in the past. He's always been a pro's pro with the media and a great coach. Just a tough year. And Cedar decides to move forward with Coach Cussworth as their new head man. So that's kind of your Region 9 update around the region with baseball, some happenings in basketball as well. So we're going to grab a quick second break here. We might have a guest coming up with Bob Casper from Real Golf Radio. Want to get him dialed in here in the break, and we'll come back with some Masters coverage as the Masters is underway. We'll get everything from a guy on boots on the ground in Augusta with Bob Casper right after this. Back live here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. Hope you're enjoying the Feel Good Friday. I know we are, as today's show brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. As Game Day Men's Health's got the free T-test to reclaim your game at any time and enjoy the night without worrying about it. Call 435-265-4223 today to book an appointment. You can also text to book an appointment. I know a lot of guys don't like to call, so you always have that text option as well. And that number one more time, 435-265-4223. Game Day Men's Health. Reclaim your game. All right, let's jump into it here. We got a variety of topics ranging from fun to a little more on the dark side, but we will get into all of them here on Would You Rather. All right, we got some good ones here today. As let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would you rathers, and I will fire the most salacious one at you first, Miss Tara Atkin.
Oh, okay.
All right. How about this one? Wife of head coach Mike Vrabel, Jen Vrabel, or the creeper, the lady of the of his fantasies potentially, Diana Rossini.
Wow.
ESPN insider, which is kind of a conflict of interest to begin with.
Right?
So.
I'm like, how does she still have her job?
Yes. And she's like,
I didn't think you could sleep with the clients.
Well, hey, it's all alleged here. All they were seen doing is hugging and some other things. Holding hands. Some things you don't just do with a friend, right? So there could be some extracurricular activity going on here. But have you
might
seen
be blown out of proportion?
It could just be two friends doing, a little more friendly things.
Yeah. Who knows?
But have you seen Jen Vrabel?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Have you seen Diana Rossini? A close-up shot, not the pictures from the paparazzi the other day?
Yeah, I have. I've seen both.
Okay. So who would you, if you are Mike Vrabel, put yourself in his shoes? Would you stay with your lovely wife, Jen, or would you move on to Diana Rossini, who's been in the headlines lately?
I mean, come on. I would stay with Jen.
Okay. All right. I like that. The faithful side of you stays with Jen, and she's a
beautiful woman as well. Yeah.
She is. So Rossini
we've got Bob Casper
we got
on the
him.
line.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to Bob Casper, Real Golf Radio, joining us now from Augusta National Golf Course. And Bob, how we doing out there after the first round of golf?
Oh man, it's beautiful, Paul. It's amazing. The sun is out. Wyndham Clark has jumped on the leaderboard 3 under par through 5 holes today, and I expect the guys that played yesterday in the afternoon they're going to go out and have an easier time of it today if it's going to be easy, and then the guys in the afternoon that are going to play today, like Rory and Sam Burns, are going to have a little bit more of a struggle. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how the leaderboard shakes out, but it's going to be a good one going into the last 2 days.
And Bob, wanted to touch on Rory McIlroy with you here quickly, as he is the defending champion after his emotional 2025 win and finding himself on top of the leaderboard again. I, for one, was not expecting that. Were you expecting as good of a round as Rory played in round one?
The interesting thing about Rory is, we all said last year after he won here at Augusta and completed the career Grand Slam and got the monkey off his back and won his green jacket. We thought that was going to open up the floodgates for him, and it didn't. It took him a while to really start to play and compete and get some good scores again. And, he got to this place this year. He was here on Saturday before the final of the ANWA, the Augusta National Women's Amateur, and he was wearing his green jacket already, and he also wore it again. He also wore it again at the drive, chip, and putt. And when he came into the media room when he came into the media room for his presser, he wore it again. And then after the first round, somebody said, well, what are you going to do the rest of the day? And he goes, well, he says, I'm probably going to go in, kick my feet up, have a drink, and put on my green jacket. And
oh my goodness.
He is totally in his element here with the green jacket, with the golf course and everything. In fact, Fred Couples came out yesterday and said there may not be another champion again because he is so comfortable here now and he's playing so good on this golf course. It's going to be hard to beat him. Yeah. So, yeah, I wasn't like you said, I wasn't expecting that. It could have been a Jekyll or Hyde. And he's, he played a phenomenal round of golf yesterday. He said for the first 7 holes, he needed to get his legs underneath him. He was nervous. He wasn't hitting great shots and stuff, but it all came to him about the 8th hole when he started driving the ball better. He knew he was swinging well, and then he played from 8 on. He played 5 under par, and that's what you expect out of a champion, let alone a Masters champion.
Yeah. Speaking of surprises, for me, Justin Rose was one of those playing strong yesterday. I mean, I know you never underestimate him at the Masters, but how do you think he's looking to maybe finally get the monkey off his back and get that green jacket?
Well, 21 starts at Augusta.
Yeah.
And 3 runner-up finishes. So
right.
2 of them were playoffs. And last year, of course, was the playoff with Rory McIlroy. But Justin Rose is a guy that, I mean, Jack Nicklaus won here at 46. Justin Rose is 45. He's kept himself in shape. He's strong. He understands this golf course, and he can get himself around the golf course. It's no surprise to me that he's on the leaderboard. My dad, in 1969, finished second to George Archer.
Right.
Here at the Masters. In 1970, he went out and won the golf tournament the next year and won in a playoff over his really good buddy from San Diego, Gene Littler.
Wow.
But it wouldn't surprise me if Justin Rose were to contend and have an opportunity to get that green jacket and win the tournament this year after a second-place finish last year.
Incredible. And Bob, I wanted to ask you, I mean, the last couple years, we've had a lot of rainfall at the Masters, but this year is shaping up to be one of the firmest and fastest Augusta National has played in a long time with no rain really in the forecast. How does that change the strategy, especially on approach shots and around the greens for some of these elite players?
Yeah, what are the greens running?
No, well, they're running fast. I'll guarantee you they're probably
12,
13.
13, wow.
No, I'm saying they're 13 on the level, but going downhill, they're probably a 16 to an 18.
Wow.
And going uphill, they're a little bit slower, probably about 11 or 12, something like that. But having said that, it's been 15 years since there hasn't been any weather the week of the Masters. And the tournament days of the Masters. There's not going to be any weather. There might be some wind again on Sunday, but it's going to be pretty calm the next 2 days. So today they're looking in the mid to high 70s, and then by Sunday Saturday and Sunday are going to be in the 80s and around 85 degrees on Sunday. So what Augusta normally does is they make the golf course play the toughest the first 2 days.
Right.
They weed out, and then they have the cut. Okay. Then Saturday it's going to be tough also, and then Sunday they put the pins in accessible places. They soften it up a little bit.
They water
and they
a little
make
bit
it so that these guys can. And make it so these guys can play and go out and have fun, and then you crown a champion based on how they play, in that back nine on Sunday, and I think that's their recipe, and that's what they're going to hold to.
Yeah, we talked to you a little bit about, on Wednesday, about the course and everything. I was wondering if you had a chance to go and see the new locker room, the players' locker room.
They don't let the media in there.
Oh man, that's mean.
Yeah, it would have been cool to go in there, but from what I understand, it's amazing. I talked with Charlie Cootie, who's a former champion. He won in '71. Talked with his son Kyle, whose son plays on tour now.
Yeah,
and I said, what's it like in there? And so the main bottom floor is all high performance workout area, rehab, massage therapy, all that kind of stuff. That's on the main floor. Then the second floor is the locker room.
Oh, wow.
For the players, and then the top floor is player dining and player and family dining. So it's a 3-story facility. It was built on the parking lot back behind the practice range. Now the parking lot's not there, but there is underground parking. So they dug that all out. Underground parking. You go up into this building, and they were able to construct that building in less than a year. It's the same thing they did here with the media building. With the media building, we left 1 year, and 12 months later, when we came back, there was a 50,000 square foot media building with all the latest high tech, everything in here that allows us to do our job and report on the Great Masters tournament.
And Bob, I got this guy in our fantasy draft, and he was my last pick. I've always been intrigued by this guy, okay. Patrick Reed. There's the estrangement thing from his family. It seems like a lot of people, fans of the tour, don't like him as well. But he is a hell of a player, 2018 champion. What have you seen from his game? Is he's high on the leaderboard right now? Captain America, Patrick Reed.
Yeah, Captain America is right. So yeah, he's kind of, like you said, he's kind of a loner guy. Guys don't like to play practice rounds with him. He just knows what he does, and he's fine in his skin with everything that goes on. He's won twice already this year on the European Tour. He left Live Golf, won twice on the European Tour, is working towards being able to play on the PGA Tour, which he will be able to do starting probably September 1st. And then he'll have full exempt status because of what he's been able to do on the European Tour. Top 10 guys on the European Tour automatically get their cards on the PGA Tour. So he's going to be fully exempt this next year on the PGA Tour. But the thing about him is he played here at Augusta State.
Oh.
And so he knows this golf course really, really well.
Yeah.
He's won the tournament, and he's got a phenomenal short game, chipping and putting, and he understands how to get around this golf course. So I expect he's going to be there just like he was last year when he had a great final round and he finished in the top 5. So Patrick Reed's there to stay.
Nice. I hate to bring this up, but did you witness McIntyre's epic breakdown yesterday?
Oh man, that was sad. He and Terrell Hatton both had some nice gestures for a couple of the holes here at Augusta National, and unfortunately, they were caught on camera and caught on film and all that kind of fun stuff. So, yeah, Bobby Mack is a phenomenal player. He let the best or the worst get a part of him for what happened yesterday when he made that 9.
Yeah.
But, Freddie Couples made a 9 on that same hole yesterday too. So, it's what it is. There's a fine line here at Augusta and a razor's edge, one side or the other, and you're going to make birdie or you're going to make, a big score. And unfortunately he made a big score, and he's probably not going to be even close to making the cut after shooting the round that he shot yesterday. So, it's too bad. And, guys with his type of fire mentality, as well as Terrell Hatton, those things come out of him every once in a while.
Yeah. I believe it was Jack Nicklaus that made the statement that there was only a handful of people that actually believed they could win the course. And so when he was playing in the Masters, he's like, I'm basically only playing against 4 or 5 people. He's not even worried about the rest of the field. And you do tend to see that. But, if you haven't had a nice gesture playing golf, then you really haven't played. So I know the standards are higher, at the Masters, but we've all been there.
They are. No doubt about it.
And Bob,
No doubt about it.
last one for me, Bob. I just wanted to ask you, as we see Sam Burns, Rory Wyndham, Kurt Kitayama, Jason Day, Patrick Reed rounding out the group tied for top 3 and in. Do you see one of those, the top 10? I read a stat today. The last 6 winners of the Masters have been top 10 after day 1. So are one of these top 10 guys going to win, or do you see someone looming outside the top 10 that can make a charge?
You know, it's pretty hard to bet against what's been happening as far as historical wise. You know, you got Scheffler and you got Rose and you got Schauffele all at 2 under par as well. Shane Lowry at 2 under par. And those guys are all in the. I think they're tied for 6th or 7th starting the day.
Yes.
So I would think with the firepower that you have out there, you've got a major championship in Rory. You've got Wyndham Clark, that's a major champion. You've got Jason Day. You got Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
You've got Justin Rose. You got Xander Schauffele. You got Lowry. You got Scheffler. Yeah. Major champions do really, really well here at Augusta National. And so I expect that it's going to be somebody that was in the top 10 after the first round, and I expect it to be a major champion. There's a sifting process day after day after day. The cream rises to the top, and you're going to have one of those guys win this tournament.
Wow. All right. So there he is. He thinks it's going to come from a former major winner and someone potentially in the top 10. That's Real Golf Radio's Bob Casper, son of the legendary Billy Casper. Bob, thanks so much for your time and your insight. We really appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of the Masters, sir.
You got it. Take care, guys.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That is Real Golf Radio's Bob Casper, as he just joined us there, giving us some great insight on the tournament. And we're going to grab the quick break, be back with the wrap of the first hour right after this. Back here from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. It's a feel-good Friday, Tara. Did you know that?
I did, yeah.
Every Friday is a feel-good Friday in the Findlay Hyundai Studios. And another good idea is hitting up One Health. One Health is a family-focused primary clinic serving all ages right here in St. George. They aren't just a clinic. They're your medical home, helping individuals and families stay healthy year after year. Comprehensive primary care for everything from newborn checkups to senior health management. If you'd like to check them out, One Health Dixie Primary Care and their website, onehealth.com. So check them out if you are looking to find a new provider for medical services, Dixie Primary Care. All right, let's jump back into the Would You Rather as we just got started there as Bob Casper from Real Golf Radio called in and a great interview there with Bob.
Sure, appreciate him. Yeah, he knows so much.
He does. He's just
He's
a
the
sponge.
master's master. He knows everything.
When your dad wins the thing, it's kind of hard not to know everything, I feel like. So he was awesome, and he always is. Yearly guests come the Masters, and a lot of majors he jumps on with us as well. All right, so we got into that salacious one, and I don't think I even got your answer. You're going
I did. I said,
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with you as well.
Okay.
Solidarity in the family. I like that. All right, let's see. Would you rather... Who would you rather win the cup? How about this one? A random question, but the San Jose Sharks or the Buffalo Sabres, two long-suffering franchises.
To win the cup or just make the playoffs?
To win the cup. Like, say the Mammoth are out, the Knights are out, and these two teams have emerged from the East and West. Who would you rather see win the cup ultimately?
I would take the Sharks.
The Sharks.
Because I'm a huge Celebrini fan, and that would be amazing in like his rookie year to win the Stanley Cup.
Yes, a teenager winning the cup.
Teenager, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
He's already, had a great season, and that would just be the cherry on top. So.
It would. And he's having one of the greatest seasons, not only for a teenager, but for any player of all time, for as young as he is. Yep. So I would probably say the Sabres here.
Okay.
I do have a little East Coast bias. I mean, Devin's noted it over the years, and I just know that the people of Buffalo have been suffering. The Bills back in the 90s go to 4 Super Bowls and lose all 4. Yeah. The Josh Allen era has been tough. The Sabres have not been to the playoffs for 15 years. Yeah. And they clinched this year. There's a ton of optimism, hope among the Buffalo Sabres fans. And I like to see prophecies fulfilled. This team has struggled for a long time. It'd be awesome to see them break through when they have a really good team. So I'm going to go Buffalo Sabres here as a team that I feel probably has suffered the longest in the NHL for the longest in the active era that we live in. All right, let's go to the next one here. 5-star recruit. Would you stay at your current school for less money or go in the portal for more cash? It's a loyalty question.
It is, and that's the one thing that I hate about the NIL.
Yeah.
I think there should be more loyalty. Stay with the school that developed you and made you good.
Yes.
And quit jumping around and just chasing money. So I think it's important for them to stay at the school, get their degrees and show some loyalty.
Yeah, I mean, Kelvin Sampson, Houston head coach, had a really good quote about this NIL era. He said it's kind of like speed dating.
It is. Yeah.
They don't like you at first, a.k.a. your money offer is not what the other schools are offering. They're not even going to talk to you. We're seeing this do not contact tag
right? Yeah.
that Devin was very against.
I am too, yeah.
You're against that as well. So the do not contact tag, the new thing in this year's portal. We didn't really see that last year, but now these guys are kind of calling their shots. They're saying, I don't want to talk to you or you or you, but I want to talk to you, you, and you.
Right.
But it doesn't make much sense to me. I grew up following recruiting in middle school. I was subscribing to Rivals, paying $8.99 a month to read insider coverage, like where recruits will go and stuff. And recruiting, even 15 years ago, was massively different. I remember my best friend was being recruited by West Virginia baseball, and the head coach met him in the student union and said, we can eat lunch, but I can't pay for your meal.
Right.
You're going to have to pay for your meal.
Go get your own ramens.
It's a recruiting violation if I pay for your meal.
Yeah.
So now there's there's all these. You heard of the $100 handshakes from alumni for years, even in the non-NIL era. That always was happening. But now it's not $100 handshakes. It's private jet deals. The quarterback of Texas Tech he owned a plot of land that he would lease out to hunters. He bought a plot of land with his NIL money and rented it out to hunters. Like, that's what we're talking about now. We're not talking about a kid having some nice clothes or a decent car. Like, this is life-changing money. So for me, if I was in their position, I know it's great to stay loyal, to say you want to stay loyal. But for me, if I'm getting, and I would advise my kid to do the same. You are a part of the era you live in. You're not a part of a past era. So right now we're living in the era where you go to the highest bidder, you go to the highest bidder. So I'm saying I would probably go in the portal for more money. I probably would.
Even though you say the whole program is so broken and it's messed up and needs to be fixed, but
if I'm a part of it, I'm an outsider. I'm a sports radio guy. I'm talking about it. I'm pissed about it. I think it's broken. But if I'm an athlete that's 5 stars, I'm going to go to the highest bidder, because I'm not an athlete that's 5 stars. I'm a 5'11" dude that's 300 something pounds. Like, I'm far from ever being a 5-star recruit.
Right.
But if I was, I would probably go to the highest bidder. I'm just not going to lie. I just think I honestly would probably run the portal, try to find a better offer. And if I'm 5 stars, I'm probably getting some $1 million+ offers. So,
you're part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem. Yes, exactly. I'm part of the problem, everybody.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go.
Because you're advising kids to just jump around and never get their degree and just go for the money.
If I was in their shoes, that's
so you're
what
part of the problem.
Okay, but I'm not in their shoes. I'm 30, whatever, and I'm way out of college age. So I'm just saying, if I was in their spot, and you're saying honestly, you would stay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I would advise my kids to stay too, because honestly, like, their chances of actually going pro, it's better to get a degree and have something to fall back on.
That's true.
So
very true. All right. Good point by you. All right. We're down to about a minute left here. Oh, let's see. I'm going to go with this one. Darren Peterson, Kansas shooting guard, or Darius Acuff, the point guard for the Arizona Razorbacks,
that's
or
easy.
Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah, Acuff.
Acuff.
All day.
No hesitation from her.
Yeah, no hesitation.
Okay.
Acuff's a better scorer. He's a better playmaker. He plays the whole game. He's not like a whiny little wimp that benches himself. He's a leader. There's like no comparison even.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go against you again here.
Okay.
Boom. Peterson's more talented player.
Is he?
6'6", just pure shooting form, can score effortlessly. He's got to get over his cramps and his injury concerns, but hopefully he'll notice that he's playing for an NBA max contract now. There's no more load management, no more taking yourself out. You're playing for keeps now. So I'm going Peterson over Acuff, even though I love Acuff. He was awesome at the college level. I just think he's a little too short to be a great,
he's only 6'2".
Yeah, 6'2", 6'2 and a half,
like that,
somewhere in there. So not the tallest of point guards. So I think he'll maybe struggle at the NBA level at first. I think Peterson more of a shoe-in to be a turnkey scorer from day one. All right, that'll wrap us up on the first hour of the show. That was Would You Rather, brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. We're going to grab the quick break and be back with the second hour right after this on The Drive. All right, we are back live for the second hour of a Feel Good Friday on the Drive. Thanks for being with us today. Today's show brought to you by Color Country Custom Coatings. JC is offering a limited time deal, everybody, $200 off a permanent ceramic coating. But hurry, this offer won't last. Call JC today at 678-283-8124. Color Country Custom Coatings. Protect your vehicle with the ultimate finish. That number one more time, 678-283-8124. All right, we got the top 8 at 8. Let's jump into it. All right, longest running sports show in town is right. The only running sports show in town, as we've got a lot of things to get to here on the top 8 at 8 today. First off, I wanted to start with the Boulevard home game of the week tonight, as Cedar will be at Pineview, as Tara will be on hand for that one.
Yep.
Caden Formaster, Devin Dixon on the call tonight, as the Cedar Reds try to keep their unblemished region record.
It's impressive.
It is very
surprising.
impressive.
Yeah.
It is surprising, especially by the
love it.
pollsters.
Yeah.
And it's the ultimate underdog story, being picked last and being in first right now in Region 9 baseball. So tonight, if you got nothing going on, be sure to get out to the yard. If you can't make it to the yard, watch on the fansportsnetwork.com or our YouTube page for live streaming, and on the radio 99.5, 95.3 FM. So that will be your areas to listen and watch tonight, as it will be a Region 9 kind of a slugfest tonight, I think, between two really good teams, surprising teams in Region 9. All right, headline number 2, as how about this? The Utah Mammoth have clinched the 2026 playoff spot. They will be the shuffling of the seeding and all that, but most likely wild card number 1.
Yeah.
Taking on the top team in the Pacific Division.
It will be wild card. It will be number 1 seed.
It will be wild card number 1.
But we don't know who it is. It's the number 1 Pacific seed plays the number 1 wild.
We don't know the matchup.
But we don't
yet.
know who it is yet.
That's right. But we know that they're clinched into the wild card 1. So they are locked into a playoff spot. There will be playoff hockey in Salt Lake City. And last night, as the Mammoth won 4-1 over the Nashville Predators, this was the Utah Mammoth PR department with goaltender Karel Vejmelka after the big win.
Down to the Utah bench with Sarah Merrifield.
Everybody loves Veggie.
He's the fan favorite. I like how she waits.
Karel, this place loves you. And you had 29 saves in net. How did you feel tonight?
It's amazing. You know, we all knew what we're playing for, so it was a big battle for us tonight, and it's a big team win.
How do games like this make you so confident as a group?
We just want to fight for each other, play for each other, and I think we deserve to win for sure.
Do games like this feel like playoff games? Because you guys controlled what you could control tonight. We're not score watching, but we know what's on the line. Do you feel like you did everything you could in tonight's game to push forward?
Yeah, we talked about it before the game. We need to play, as a game 7. So we need to keep kind of focus for the next couple of games and keep it up.
And lastly, how proud are you of your team to be able to be resilient in this stretch?
Oh, super proud. We play great hockey. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks for your support.
Congratulations, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thanks to fans for their support, and gets that rousing ovation from the Mammoth faithful as they win last night 4-1 over the Nashville Predators to clinch the wild card 1 spot in the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. All right, headline number 3 here as we go to the Masters, as we had Real Golf Radio's Bob Casper on with us just a couple segments ago. And right now in Augusta, beautiful weather, 62 and sunny, no chance of precipitation, wind gusts 8 miles an hour. So Bob was alluding to the wind being there. But as we take a look at the current leaderboard, it is an unlikely figure up top. It is Sam Burns at 5 under, and tied with him is a very likely, I think, figure. One of the most bet on guys this week in the tournament is the defending Masters 2025 champ, Rory McIlroy, sitting at 5 under. He tees off today at 11:44 a.m. Eastern time. As Wyndham Clark is at 3 under, Kurt Kitayama at 3 under, Jason Day 3 under, and Patrick Reed 3 under. Those round out your group tied for third. And then at T7, there's quite a pack: Schauffele, Scheffler, Rose, Lowry, and Rye. So those are your top 7 tied for in the mix to, start off round 2 here shortly, as the golfers are on the course. They're making their way around Amen Corner and all the legendary holes on the Augusta layout. So it should be awesome to see the concluding rounds and how guys make charges and fall. There's a lot of interesting dynamics to the Masters, and it's one of the tournaments all year that people get up for. This is one that people really look forward to. Golf fans, casuals, people that don't even care for golf will just watch to see the beautiful scenery of Augusta. So this has been a fun tournament every year for me to get in for, because I'm not really a big golf guy, not a player, not a viewer really. Yeah. But when the Masters rolls around, I kind of get juiced up. I do. I realistically do. The pools, the fantasy drafts, just the beautiful course, it all draws me in. So right now, Sam Burns and Rory McIlroy, your leaders after round 1 at the Masters. So that is headline number 3. We move to headline number 4 as the Knights, they fall last night. How about this? They are most likely going to be one of the top 3 teams in the Pacific. I think it's close to a 99% likelihood that they will be a top 3 team in the Pacific. But last night, they fell to another team in the Pacific Division, and Tara's extremely happy about this W for none other than the Seattle Kraken, as they found it was Beniers in the shootout. I think we have that clip as he defeated the Knights on his stick late in the shootout. This is round number 3 of the shootout, and he puts it home for the Kraken to take down the Knights for the second time in 2 tries.
He's in the 2-hole. Beniers assesses, scores a beautiful goal.
He had Aiden Hill sprawling every which way.
Oh, yeah, he did.
What a beautiful play. The Knights fall in the shootout 4-3. And that's your headline number 4. Number 5. How about this walk-off grand slam last night?
Yes, this was a good one for me, too.
Yeah, you loved this one. Now, we're catering to you on these last 2 headlines of the top 8 at 8.
Thank you.
As the Padres, how about this? They find their way. They are tied with the Rockies, or is this bottom of the 12th? Bottom of the 12th, yeah. Walk off. It's got to be, right?
It was. When was it? Yeah.
Bottom of the 12th. So Xander Bogaerts comes up to the plate after Jackson Merrill
intentionally walked Merrill and Machado to get to bogey.
So were you watching this live last night?
Yeah.
You were? Okay.
Yeah.
So you see this happen live. This is the bottom of the 12th. After 2 intentional walks, Xander Bogaerts, the former Red Sox, comes up to bat and goes boom.
Now sets it up first and third.
There's the Machado walk.
Yeah.
Just saw Jackson take his base. And then bogey.
Slam Diego. Wow.
Hey, rate that call.
That's a 10. That's a 10. That's up there with Wasatch walk-off.
I think it's even better.
It might be Slam Diego. That is pretty good, I gotta say. All right. That's headline number 5. Let's go to headline number 6. Last night in the Frozen Four. How about this?
Yes,
the college hockey.
Happening in Vegas.
Vegas at T-Mobile Arena last night, as the Frozen Four was quite the thing I wanted to go to. I'll just put it that way. And it wasn't able to happen, as a lot of people applying for the Frozen Four credentials. It's an NCAA event, of course, so we were unable to make it down. But there was 2 semifinals in the Frozen Four last night. Wisconsin defeats North Dakota 2-1. The Badgers advance to the championship game. And what was an amazing game between Denver and Michigan. And
2 overtimes.
2 OTs, and we've got the winner here for Denver over Mighty Big Blue.
And now, Caswell, always dangerous, fresh off the bench. Set wide by Jamison. John Anderson wants it.
Oh, wow. What a goal.
Pretty good setup as well. So Denver, little Denver takes on mighty Big
Michigan,
Blue and takes them down. How about that? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Denver, although is a hockey powerhouse, but you just don't hear about them for other sports.
But so is Michigan. Yeah, I mean, Michigan, your Boston colleges, like those are your big like college hockey teams.
Sure.
So you usually don't hear Denver in that mix, even though they are, they are good.
They're a great lacrosse school, too. Men's lacrosse, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
So Denver moves on to the championship game against Wisconsin in the Frozen Four from Las Vegas, Nevada. Who thought the Frozen Four would be in Las Vegas? But the Super Bowl's been there. The Final Four's coming there. The Frozen Four's there. It's becoming a sports capital of the world, realistically. So it's been fun to watch. I watched a little of the Michigan game yesterday. I didn't stay in for the 2 OT winner, but it was fun to watch for sure. All right, headline number 6 in the top 8 at 8 today. The Heat have decided to waive the embattled Terry Rozier. Obviously, this is the guy that with the federal indictments into sports gambling activity. He was arrested on October 23rd as part of a federal investigation into illegal sports gambling. He has pleaded not guilty to the conspiracy charges of wire fraud and money laundering. His $26.6 million salary expires this season. Let me say that again. He's trying to gamble illegally on himself and bet on his unders and try and make a little scratch here and there. But he's making $26.6 million. How dumb are these guys?
Right?
How dumb are these guys? That's one of the puzzling headlines of today, is that the Heat waited this long to waive him.
Did he stay in college and get a degree? Because I hope he has something to fall back on.
This was pre-NIL, so let me check Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier College. Let's see if he's a graduate, buddy. He went to the University of Louisville from 2013 to 15. So, I don't think he stayed the 4 years.
No, I don't think he got an associate's or something. But
hopefully he got that associate's.
Right, yeah.
All right, last headline in the top 8 at 8 today, as a lot of stuff going on in the sports world, but it's hard to put it all in 8 headlines. But Utah Tech baseball open up a series with Azusa Pacific this weekend, a 3-game set, I believe, and they are going to take on fresh off the Sacramento State series win in the WAC. So Utah Tech baseball really hitting their stride as, man, they are having a great season. And last headline here, this is something I've been tracking throughout the week, is the Augusta National patron shops are buzzing. How about this number, Tara? $70 million in estimated sales already this week, or about $277 every second.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, the gear is going hot, and they have a star item now. It is the gnome, but they have released, because there's been so much fervor about the gnomes, they have released a set of gnomes from the 2016 to the 2026 gnome. They have miniatures
now you can
of
buy,
them. Miniatures. It comes as a set.
Yeah.
And the set, how much do you think it costs? There's only 250 of them.
They're the miniatures?
Miniatures of every gnome produced. Wild guess. It's kind of a tough number.
I'd say $400.
$2,500.
Really?
For the complete
From
gnome
the store?
set. Retail, yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So they know people are reselling them. They know these sets will probably go for $25,000 or whatever.
Okay.
So they're going to get their vig up front this time.
Because the large ones you can buy for $50, right?
Yeah. I saw the tweet from Darren Rovell, the gnome set. I'm going to make sure I don't want to give any misleading information on this program. Front Office Sports. The Masters selling a gnome set. I'm sorry, for $1,500, not $2,500. There are 2,500 sets that were made available. I am sorry, I was off $1,000, but still a pricey gnome set. I got to say, retail. So pretty cool. I'm going to bookmark it. We can put it up on the screen for the viewers whenever we come back, just to come in. But yes, so that is your top 8 at 8 today. as we have had a lot of hard-hitting topics today. Real Golf Radio with Bob Casper came on with us. We're going to jump into a little more of the local scene next with a Utah Tech update on the gridiron. We've got some videos from spring camp with Rod Zundel. We'll also jump into that Azusa Pacific series, as well as the latest happenings with the basketball team. We're going to come back right after this quick break on The Drive. Yeah, back live here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. Enjoying a feel-good Friday on the drive as, man, Real Golf Radio, Bob Casper on with us earlier, giving us some great nuggets about the Masters. And now I think we get into a little more on the local front here, Tara, as Utah Tech spring ball has been going on the last couple weeks as Lance Anderson and crew are getting ready for the next season of Trailblazer football. And our friend and colleague Rod Zundel checked in with returning starter, redshirt sophomore quarterback Bronson Barbin on what he's looking to improve on during spring camp. And if you'd like to listen to this whole interview with Bronson, it is available on Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube. We've got a little snippet here from Bronson as he talks about the improvements he's trying to make during spring camp. And this was him and Rod Zundel.
Yeah, I think it starts with leadership on and off the field for sure, and just making plays. I think, when your number's called, being able to go in there and make plays, and, that's what I've really been working on this year is just learning to finish and make those big plays. Learning to finish and making those big plays is going to be the name of the game in the first season of the Big Sky. The level of competition is going to be spiked up as this is going to be probably the biggest season of the Division I era for Utah Tech football, as they open the season strong and fast with Montana State at home from Greater Zion Stadium. Montana State, one of the preeminent programs in the FCS, one of the top ones year in, year out. And I think that this game will be one of the biggest, most attended games in Utah Tech football history in the Division I era. Montana State's going to bring a ton of people. There's going to be a lot of visiting fans. So Trailblazer Nation got to show out for the season opener in the Big Sky against Montana State. Then they go to BYU, at Montana, versus Northern Arizona, at Northern Colorado, home to Southern Utah, at Portland State, at Cal Poly, home to Idaho State, at UC Davis, home to Eastern Washington, and to finish up the season in Ogden at Stewart Stadium against Weber State, who just hired the old Corner Canyon coach, Eric Kajar. So he is beginning his new program up there at Weber State, and Utah Tech going to have to do battle with them at the end of the season. So when you look at the schedule, and we're only in spring ball right now, but when you look at the schedule, it looks as if it's going to be tougher than last year's schedule for Utah Tech. That's just the glancing at it, just looking at the quality of opponents, the teams they're going to be facing on a week-in, week-out basis. And last year, they were 2-10 overall, 1-7 in the UAC. So this is a big year for Coach Lance Anderson. This is a big year for the Utah Tech football program as far as moving forward, progressing to the next step, and getting 4 to 5 wins in the season, 3 to 4 or 5 wins, improving upon last year's 2-10 mark. So I think that is the key. If you don't make the FCS playoffs, which you normally have to have 8 to 9 wins to be in that conversation, the next thing you can do to build your program is be better than the year before. I've always said that. Whenever a college program takes the next step, it might not be the FCS playoffs, but it very well could be 3 to 4 wins instead of 2. Like, what do you see as far as next season? You were involved with a lot of Utah Tech production this season. You heard a lot of the games right here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. Right. Yeah. And a lot of frustrating outcomes where Utah Tech either had the lead and vanquished it, or, in closing. We heard it with Bronson Barbin, closing out games, winning games and winning time is what I think the next step for this team is. What do you think? It's exactly what you said. As long as they keep building upon the program, next year, if they could get 4 or 5 wins, I think that would be a huge success for them, and then be able to, just keep building. We saw it with the basketball team. Yes. They had how many wins 2 seasons ago? 7. And then this season they made 19. 19. So, that's like a huge improvement. Yes. I'm not expecting that from the football team. If they do that, that would be incredible. Yeah. But if they can just get 6 or 7, have a winning record, then it would be great. It would be a huge improvement.
And I think it would continue to build recruiting momentum and transfer portal momentum for Utah Tech.
Exactly, yeah.
This could be a destination for players that maybe don't get the playing time at Utah or BYU or Utah State.
And we've seen a lot of the transfers come from those schools because they weren't getting the playing time. So,
absolutely.
If they could start winning, we could get even more of those.
I would love
recruits.
that. I would love to see more guys see Utah Tech as not only a stop in the road, but a destination.
Right.
You know, like taking players that want to be here for 3 and 4 years.
Right.
Even though I said in our Would You Rather, I would ride the portal and be a mercenary for the money. I still think in a small school element like Utah Tech at the FCS level, the most important thing is continuity and retaining players as best you can in this era where everyone's getting paid blank checks to transfer. Yeah. So it is a tough time to be a smaller FCS school. And it's not like Utah Tech's the only one going through it. Weber's going through it. SUU's going through it. They're getting rated year out and year out of their best players. Obviously, Joshua Dye, the guy that was a Walter Payton Award finalist for SUU, their running back that had a tremendous season. One of the best FCS seasons that I can recall. And he's in the portal and gone, you know? So like anybody that put in Joey Hobart just at Utah Tech a couple years ago, the receiver, went on to Texas State because he had such a great year at Utah Tech. So a lot of people see this as a springboard as for their next stop. But I'd hope that Utah Tech football in the coming years can become a destination for some of these players. And that's, I think, what the administration hopes, the athletic department, Coach Anderson, all the way down his staff. They just want to retain, they want to build, and they want to be more successful than year one. And I think that's the mission for year 2. 3 or more wins next year should be the mission. All right, as that's kind of your quick Utah Tech. We also had another Deacon Hill, who has been with the team a couple years. He is kind of the guy vying for that starting quarterback position. Rod caught up with Deacon as well at spring ball, asking him some questions, and he's healthy. That's the big thing, as Deacon Hill was not healthy much of last year, but this year fully healthy, ready to go. And Rod checked in with him. Let's see what he had to say.
Just put together a winning season. It's been a long time coming, and I think this is a group that we could do it with. And just working hard and pushing each other, because I think this group, like receiver-wise, offensive line, defensively, I think it's a good year for us.
He believes in the crew. I mean, the building and the foundation of this team. So will it be Barbin? Will it be Hill? We will see come week 1. But right now, I think both those guys jockeying for the starting position, as well as one more young gun. How about this? Redshirt sophomore quarterback, CJ Tiller. And on the video, if you're watching live on YouTube, check out this throw from CJ as he just absolutely drops a dime in. But this was Rod Zundel catching up with redshirt sophomore quarterback, asking him about what the season looks like for him.
Get there! Get there! What can you tell Trailblazer Nation that you're all about?
I'd just say I'm different. I like to extend, create plays. I think you guys seen that a little bit online. So I just like to extend, create plays, have fun. I don't like to be a robot. So I'm out there having fun, and you'll see it. So
Gunslinger.
Yes, sir.
For Gunslinger, indeed. That throw that he put on the clip there was a dime. Man, what a bomb there from CJ Tiller, one of the Trailblazer quarterbacks in the stable for Lance Anderson. So it's been a fun checking on the happenings with the football program. We're really excited for this fall, as it's going to be a big, big year for Utah Tech athletics, and specifically the football team. And speaking of Utah Tech athletics, the baseball team is really running hot right now after their series win against Sacramento State. They've got a 3-game set this weekend against Azusa Pacific, which you were talking to me a little bit about this pre-show. Are you trying to make it down there for a few of these games or one of these games, or no?
Nope. You'll
be gone. That's
I'm
right.
Going to be gone. Yep.
Okay.
I have USA weightlifting this weekend. It's
That's
universities up in Salt Lake. So
that's right. So you will not be available for.
Yeah, and we have the baseball game tonight, Cedar at Pineview. So
6:05 first pitch tonight, 2:05 Saturday, and 12:05 on Sunday from Brucehurst Field. They will all be broadcast on ESPN Plus. If you'd like to view the current record of the baseball team, sits at 20-12. They're 2-1 in the Mountain West Conference, so they are running pretty hot right now. As far as last year's team, this is a huge improvement. They've already got a series win in the WAC. The Utah game was canceled for whatever reason. We kind of talked about that on the show. No real reason, I feel like, for Utah to cancel that game other than they're scared because Utah Tech's playing some hot ball right now, and they've got a 3-game set. Get out to the Hearst. Get out there. Pack the stands for this team. They're doing a great job. They're really fighting to be a WAC or a Mountain West contender this season. So I'm looking forward to watching them throughout the year. So we are going to take the quick break and be back with more hard-hitting sports concept or topics right after this. Back live here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's been a fun show today, and it's all been brought to you today by One Health and Dixie Primary Care. One Health builds long-term relationships so your provider knows your health story, not just one visit. PRP and joint therapies for pain relief and improved mobility, vitamin infusions, injections to boost immunity, energy, and overall wellness. It can all be found at One Health and Dixie Primary Care. All right, we have talked not very much NFL draft here leading up to what is the greatest draft in sports, in my opinion.
Yeah, going to be in the beautiful Pittsburgh.
That's right. Double's never been.
Wow, yeah, he needs to go.
He does need to go. The city of bridges, more than Venice.
More than Venice.
Which you've told me.
You guys gave me the dumbest look when I said that, and I totally questioned myself, so I had to Google it, and I'm right. It has way more bridges than Venice. So... Mark that down. Tara was right
Tara
again.
was right. Tara was right again. We might as well just keep a permanent check for Tara was right in that column.
I need to, yeah.
Yes. You don't bust parlays. You're never wrong. So
I don't. Yeah, I don't even do parlays with you guys anymore because you're always wrong.
That's right. Well, one thing you can't be wrong about is your favorite three prospects. Not the best, not the cut above guys. These are just the top three NFL draft prospects that you completely
just in
love.
your mind.
In your mind, not the consensus, not
okay,
Mel
so we're not going to
Kiper.
keep receipts on who actually does better in their rookie year. Oh, okay. So this is just funsies.
This is funsies.
Okay.
This is your favorites. This is the guys that impressed you throughout the college season, at the combine, whatever your criteria is your own.
Okay.
I don't want to force a way to make these picks. I just truly want you to go with your three favorite prospects. And we'll go one by one.
Are we starting three, like our third favorite, then
Yes.
second, and go? Okay.
3-1.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with your third, not best, but favorite NFL draft prospect.
I am going to go with Ruben Bain.
No.
Because you poo-pooed all over him just because he has like a half an inch shorter arms, like T-Rex arms.
All right. Let's get the actual measurement on his arms. Hold on. I will get that. I didn't know you were going to go with Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
All right. 30 inches and 7/8. 30 and 7/8 inches.
And 31 inches is what, the average? So he's like...
An eighth of an inch
short.
That eighth of an inch makes a big difference.
Okay.
Okay.
But still, Ruben Bain, he showed up at Pro Day and did exactly what he needed to do. He had solid numbers, strong positional work. He backed up the tape. He's not, like a traits freak, obviously, because he's got an eighth of an inch shorter arms. But he's plug and play, and he's strong. And so I think he has what it takes. And I do think, just because of all the crap talked about him, about his arms and stuff, like at the combine and then Pro Day and everything.
Sure.
I mean, because of the combine, that was maybe one of the biggest things that people talked about was his arms.
Yeah.
I think he has a chip on his shoulder, too. So I think he will be a really good prospect.
All right.
Yeah,
I like
good
that.
draft.
Okay. So you're going with Ruben Bain, the Miami edge rusher.
Yeah.
Had 4 sacks in the Texas A&M game. Really took over that game.
He's explosive. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got great bend and edge rush ability. So I like that
He
pick.
does, and he's versatile. He could be that 4-3 defensive end, or you can have him like the 3-4 front flexibility as well. He's got a lot of flexibility. He's got a lot of power base edge. He's good.
Okay, so you are going Ruben Bain, number 3 of your top favorite prospects.
Yeah.
All right, mine will be the total opposite of a guy that whose measurables fall up short. I'm probably going with the guy with the most measurables, the most combine exposure and intrigue. That's Mr. Sonny Styles.
Okay.
Who they call him Sonny because he loves the Godfather. That's a great reason for his nickname. 4.46 40-yard dash, 1.56 10-yard split, a 43.5-inch vertical, highest by a linebacker ever.
Wow.
And the 20-yard shuttle, 4.26. This guy is a freak. His relative athletic score, the RAS, is a 94. Ranks first among linebackers. This guy played 10 games in 2022. He was honorable mention Big Ten, All Big Ten in 2023, second team All Big Ten 2024. And then the last season, first team All Big Ten, first team Associated Press All-American, led the team with 82 tackles. He started all 14 games. I like this guy. He's got tape. He's got combine measurables. He's got all the qualities, I think, of being an NFL super freak at the next level. So I like Sonny Styles as my third favorite prospect. I loved him, but then I became infatuated with him when his combine performance was what it was. Legendary, historic performance. So
I like that one.
I like Sonny Styles as my third best prospect.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 2 for you.
Okay, I'm going to go to Arvell Reese.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Buckeye.
Yeah, the Buckeye. Another great combine and pro day. Mm-hmm. Had a great showing. He's got, what stands out about him for me is his elite range sideline to sideline. And then he's also, his closing speed as a blitzer is really impressive to watch. And so his coverage ability would be outstanding in the NFL. So I think you could see him start right away and really make a difference for the team. He is a speed linebacker, but he can be a hybrid too.
Yeah.
So that's good as well for the NFL. I think he's going to be a great draft for whoever gets him.
And as the NFL loves the positionless players, the guys that can play at safety or linebacker,
do hybrid and coverage
edge rush,
and
kind of do a little of everything, Swiss Army knife style.
Right. Yeah. That makes him a great option. So, yeah.
All right. So he is your number 2. Arvell Reese is your number 2 prospect.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go with another Buckeye here. 3 Buckeyes in our already 6 players. So
I know. When we kind of did the mock draft, how many were in the top 10? Wasn't there
4 Buckeyes in the top 10?
Yeah.
Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, Carnell Tate, and Sonny Styles.
Yeah.
All 4 of them made the top 10 in some of these mocks that have been put out. So I'm going to go with another Buckeye here. This is the guy I hope that my team actually picks.
Okay.
I'm going to say Carnell Tate here. He ran the 4.40 and 4.53, which really isn't super fast for a receiver. But I'm here to tell you that I think that Carnell Tate is going to be another 15-year pro in the NFL. He's going to be an Anquan Bolden, a guy that just catches everything, has great routes. He's got great footwork, great hands. He doesn't have blazing speed, but really, how many times, and we heard this from Bronson Barron, who was in studio, how many times are you going to run a straight 40 in a game? I mean, down the sideline, it happens. I understand.
But
it
it's
happens.
more sideline to sideline. It's more horizontal and not just straight vertical.
That's right.
You've got to have that quick cut and switch direction
agility
and
all that.
And yeah.
So I think he is. And he ran his 10-yard split. His burst is good, 1.61, 10-yard split. So his first 10 yards, he's really booking it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the straight line long speed that some of the other top receivers in previous years have had.
Right.
But speed kills. It does. It is very important. But for a receiver, got to catch it first. And Carnell Tate has the best hands in this draft. So give me Carnell Tate to be the Terry McLaurin replacement for the Commanders.
Okay.
Terry's final year of his deal is this year. So I think the succession plan needs to be put in place. Succession plans are important. They stabilize things. They show people the next in line. So I'm going to say the Carnell Tate is my second favorite prospect and a guy I hope that my team drafts at number 7 overall. So Carnell Tate, third Buckeye in our 5 now players.
Okay.
All right, your last one.
I'm going to go with the number 1 that I hope my team drafts.
Okay.
Number 1.
I know where you're going.
The Raiders and Fernando Mendoza.
All right, there it is.
Yes. I love this kid, and what I love about it, especially for the Raiders, is he fits what they want to do perfectly. He's accurate. He processes quickly. He's best in the play action, timing-based systems. And, especially with Genty on the team, that play action is going to be huge. And that's exactly what Kubiak's offenses are based off of.
Yeah.
And so, he's not like a huge backyard playmaker. He's not a Mahomes or anything, but he's an accurate, structured guy.
Yeah.
And also we've talked about, Kirk Cousins and stuff and kind of upset about that, but
upset about that.
I think Kirk Cousins, you were.
I was. I didn't love it.
I think if Kirk Cousins could develop him, this is the perfect pairing too. So I love it.
Funny part about Kirk and Mendoza is they pretty much have similar personalities.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They're like the two guys that fit in the Sin City
They're
element
quiet,
the worst.
humble. Exactly.
They
yeah,
don't
yeah.
epitomize Sin City. They're
Seem
like
like
the
they're
polar
very
opposite.
religious, like family oriented.
Yes.
Like, you're not going to see them in the casinos or strip
the clubs.
clubs or
Yeah,
like
they're not
anything.
going to be there. They're going to be in the playbook with their
Right.
family.
They're going to be studying and
it's a beautiful combination.
It really is.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't love it just because if Kirk starts game one, it'd be the first number one overall pick not to start since 2003. So I think that stunts his development, despite what Tom Brady says.
That's still not guaranteed, though.
It's
He
not
even
guaranteed.
came out. Kirk Cousins came out and said that if he's not the best player on the
He
best
shouldn't
quarterback
start.
on the Raiders, then he shouldn't start.
I
And
saw that.
So it's not like he's coming in thinking he's going to start and take
It's
over the
not fait
position.
accompli. It's not
It
locked
isn't.
in. It's
No.
going to be a camp battle, and we'll see where Mendoza is at the end of camp.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
And preseason, that plays a huge indicator as well if he's ready to go or not.
Yeah.
So, but I like your pick. You got to go Mendoza.
Yeah.
He's your guy.
He's smart.
Yeah, he's your guy, and you want him on the Raiders, so it makes sense he's your number one overall prospect.
Yeah.
All right, I think this guy is going to be a terror in this league for a long time. Like, let me just tell you his stats. Last year, led the FBS with 14.5 sacks, ranked second with 19.5 tackles for loss. He's not a Peterson, played in all 14 games. He's out there every time it's time to go. So I'm going to go with David Bailey, who really moved inside the top 5 with his combine performance because who's he faster than? How about Carnell Tate?
Wow.
He ran a 4.540 at 6'4", 280 pounds.
That's a big boy moving really fast.
That's a big fella moving quick.
That is a freight train right there. That's like Mac worthy.
35-inch vertical leap for this big fella. He gets up. He's an athlete. So give me David Bailey as a defensive tackle, edge rusher, wherever you want to put him. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
79 overall athletic score, RAS. So he is a guy that succeeded at the combine, succeeded on the field, and I just think he's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
I mean, I really wish my team could get this guy, but it doesn't appear as if he's going to be a likely pick. He's
Right.
going to be available. It looks as if he's going to be gone by number 3, 4. So
Yeah.
the furthest he'll fall I've seen in mocks is about 4. So David Bailey going to be just on the outside looking in for the Commanders, but somebody out there is going to get a hell of a
I like
player.
him. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
He was a monster. I mean, if people remember him just all season long wreaking havoc in the backfield, like he pretty much, he had to pay rent. He lived in the backfield so much,
Right, yeah.
He had to pay rent to teams. He was like, all right, I'm
They
back
show
here
up,
every
all right,
play.
where's your payment? Yeah.
I'm back here every play. Might as well make me pay.
Yeah.
So 14.5 sacks. That means not only are you making an impact in the game, double-digit sacks, 14.5 in college in 12 games. That's more than one a game.
Exactly.
So let me just put
like I say, that's a Mac right there.
Mac truck, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, those are our top 3 prospects. You go through yours real quickly. Your 3, rattle them off.
Ruben T-Rex Bain Jr.
Yes, Junior.
Arvell Reese, and then Fernando Mendoza.
All right. So I went with Sonny Styles, Carnell Tate, and David Bailey. Those are our 3, not best, not the greatest, not the best athletes, not the whatever, but our favorites in the draft. So I would be happy with any of those players, even your 3. I mean, we're not going to get Mendoza, I know.
No,
but at 7, like how the draft shakes out, could there be a Reese at 7?
Mm-hmm.
Could there be a Bailey at 7? Somebody's going to fall because Jeremiah Love and Carnell Tate are the 2.
I don't think Bailey's going to fall to 7.
I don't think he will either, but I can hope, right?
You can hope.
Yeah, hoping's free,
If
buddy.
wishes were fishes, everybody'd eat for a day.
Look at you. Got barbs for me this morning. I like that.
Sorry.
No, it's all right, buddy. I got wishes, and I wish they were fishes.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyways, so yeah, those are our top 3 favorite draft prospects heading into this April's. Yeah, we're in the month of the draft. It's in beautiful Pittsburgh, the city of bridges, I'm just going to call it from now on.
Yeah.
As it is a beautiful scenery, and it's going to be a great backdrop for the NFL draft. The Steeler fans are fanatical. One of the greatest fan bases in all of the NFL. They travel everywhere. You see their terrible towels waving. So they are going to be out and about for sure, and I think that it will be a great draft. We went to the one in Vegas, me, Devin, a couple other friends, and we experienced what was a great event. I think it will be back in Vegas sometime soon. But for anyone looking to get to the draft, let's keep our fingers crossed. Super Bowl's coming back. Got to think NFL draft. They love the first iteration in Vegas.
Yeah.
They got to come back.
You'd
for
think
all
so.
of us.
Yeah.
For all of us Southern Utah people, they got to come back. All right. Well, we are winding down the time in the show today. It's been a really, really fun show. Talked a lot of stuff from last night. We talked in the opening segment about the 2 local hockey teams. We ran through a salacious Would You Rather. We had a Region 9 game day set up as far as the 3 games tonight in Region 9. We had Bob Casper from Real Golf Radio on to update the Masters. And then we just had a Utah Tech update of all their sports. And lastly, our 3 favorite draft prospects. It's been a jam-packed show. It's been a fun show. And we'll be back at it again on Monday to do it better than ever. And as far as tonight's game, if you'd like to view the Boulevard Home Game of the Week tonight between Pineview and Cedar, Tara's going to be there. Devin, Caden, they will have your coverage anchored tonight on the live stream, the YouTube page, thefansportsnetwork.com, as well as 99.5, 95.3 FM on your radio dial. All right. That's pretty much going to do it for us today. I want to thank some quick sponsors here, as this program would not happen without the help of these great local partners. Zag, Protect It Better. Get $20 off phone repair at the 2 St. George or 1 Cedar City. Zag, just mention the radio special, and they will apply that $20 off for you. Also, lifetime warranties. Double was talking about how he ran over his phone on the golf course with a golf cart. That's a real story. And Zag was gracious enough.
We saw the carnage.
Zag was gracious enough to hook him up with that screen protector and his case as well. And I have a Zag case right here. Yeah. We both do, with the stand. It's great. They have a lifetime warranty as well. So if you ever break your case, you need a new one, go see them over at Zag. As well as Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's fantastic. Get out and play great golf for a great price. I know the Masters is going on, but even the D-man squeezes in a couple rounds. He's squeezing in one right now.
Yeah.
As we speak. So call for tee times 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700, or book online at coralcanyongolf.com. All right. And our last one today, sponsor bringing you the show, is One Health St. George. One Health brings long-term relationships, so your provider knows your health story, not just one visit. Their focus is on getting patients well and keeping them well, partnering you with rather than just managing symptoms. Now accepting new patients of all ages, including kids and adults alike. That's going to wrap us up on today's program. Thanks so much for being with us on a Feel Good Friday. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend, everyone.